This RV outsmarted bed space with a genius layout that will change how you think about motorhome design. The Chausson 630 titanium line doesn't sacrifice your living room just to solve the bed problem, and the clever engineering behind it is something you absolutely need to see. Let's take a look.
Motorhome luxury.
Before we explore this ingenious layout, let's talk numbers. The Chausson 630 titanium line typically lands around $90,000 to $110,000 for a well-spec'd new model, depending on country, taxes, and pack choices, which positions it competitively in the premium compact motorhome market. For that investment, you're getting some seriously smart engineering packed into a surprisingly manageable package. This motorhome rides on the hugely popular Ford Transit chassis, and we're not talking about the basic spec here. The titanium line comes equipped with a punchy 165 horsepower, 2.0-liter EcoBlue diesel that delivers plenty of grunt for motorway cruising and hill climbing. Paired with that is a smooth 8-speed automatic transmission. The dimensions tell an interesting story too. At just under 23 feet in length, this sits comfortably under that crucial size threshold that opens up more campsites and parking options across Europe. Width comes in at about 7 feet 7 inches, so you're not going to be sweating every narrow village lane, while height is about 9 feet 7 inches. As for the maximum technically permissible weight, it comes in at 7,616 pounds. The payload sits around 960 to 1,000 pounds depending on specification, which is decent for a vehicle of this size once you factor in your touring gear and supplies. The exterior design shows Ford's commercial vehicle DNA with its commanding front end, but Chausson has added distinctive touches. You typically get 16-inch wheels with trims as standard, and many buyers add the black alloy upgrade pack for a more upscale look. The large windscreen offers excellent forward visibility, flanked by headlamps with daytime running lights. Chrome details and body-colored panels break up what would otherwise be a purely functional exterior. Moving to the passenger's side, you'll find the main habitation door positioned European style. This door integrates fully into the vehicle's central locking system, a premium touch that means one key operation secures everything. There's an integrated entrance step to keep access easy and stable. Just above the door sits a handy awning light for illuminating your entrance at night, and this is also the side where the wind-out awning is typically fitted as part of the accessories pack, giving you instant shade right outside the door. Speaking of the door, it is also commonly paired with a full-length fly screen via the accessories pack, so you can enjoy fresh air without inviting the local insect population inside for dinner. Right past the habitation door, there is an LPG storage locker, which fits roughly a 24-pound tank. On this side, you'll also spot the cassette toilet servicing door tucked neatly toward the rear corner. Further along, there's external access to the large rear garage through one of the side doors, this one positioned for easy loading of bulky items. The garage is genuinely usable for bikes, outdoor gear, or those larger items you want to bring along. A 12-volt light is present inside the garage for easy sight at night. Directly across from it, you have got a 12-volt socket, as well as a 3-pin socket. Your external barbecue point is located on this side too. At the rear, you'll appreciate how Chausson has finished things off. The taillights sit flush in the bodywork, reducing the chance of snagging when you're reversing into those tight camping spots. A reversing camera is included as part of the standard Connect pack, giving you clear sight of what's behind. The rear design is clean and modern, with body-colored panels and the Chausson badging sitting proudly at the top. Those two horizontal rails that you see across the rear panel are factory bike carrier adapter rails, meaning the mounting points are already built in so you can fit an external bicycle rack without drilling into the rear wall. You'll also often see a factory 140-watt solar panel up on the roof as part of the optional accessories pack, providing that essential trickle charge to keep your leisure batteries topped up when you're off-grid. The whole package just looks properly finished, like a premium product rather than a basic conversion. Coming around to the driver's side, you'll find your service hatch that holds your 12-volt fuses and the 240-volt mains breaker. At the right side of the hatch, there is your fresh water fill point. The onboard tank holds about 27.7 gallons, and you can simply travel with less water on board, such as around 5 gallons, when you're moving between sites to save weight. The gray wastewater tank is about 26.4 gallons, so you've got good symmetry between supply and drainage. This is considerably more capacity than many compact motorhomes offer, giving you genuine freedom to wild camp or stay off-grid for extended periods. There's access to both the external shower connection and shore power connection point on this side as well. Importantly, this motorhome uses diesel blown air trauma heating that runs off the vehicle's fuel and can be used while driving, making winter touring far more practical. It sips economically from the vehicle's diesel tank rather than forcing you to rely on electric hookups for heat. The other side of the large ski locker that you saw earlier opens up a bit further here too. Uniquely, it has some indentation on the top for your tall items, with an option to add on drop-down shelves to have more organized space. Now that you have seen how compact and well-constructed this chassis package is from the outside, let's go back to the entrance door and find out that the real surprise is what happens when you step inside. Step through that habitation door and prepare to have your expectations blown. Immediately to your left on the wall, you'll find the main 12-volt control panel. It's intuitive, featuring a master switch, individual controls for your lights and water pump, and simple press and hold gauges to check your leisure battery, vehicle battery, and fresh water levels. What strikes you immediately is how spacious this feels for a sub-23-foot motorhome. The reason becomes clear when you look inside. There are no permanent beds eating into your living space. This is where Chausson's engineering genius really shines. But where are the beds, you may ask? Well, we will get to that in a bit. For now, let's take a look at the lounge area that dominates the front section, and it's genuinely impressive. You've got 2 long bench seats arranged in a face-to-face configuration known as the Smart Lounge. With the cab seat swiveled around, you can comfortably accommodate up to 5 people here. Underneath these benches, Chausson has hidden the travel seats. You simply remove the cushions, turn a knob to lift the backrest, and rearrange the pads to create 2 forward-facing belted seats for passengers. In a motorhome barely 23 feet long, that's remarkable. The upholstery has quality stitching and a modern fabric that feels durable rather than cheap, while the overhead lighting includes both practical LED strips and ambient pin lights that create a pleasant evening atmosphere. The dining table sits centrally and showcases some impressive engineering. It's electrically height adjustable at the touch of a switch, slides in multiple directions, twists, and folds in half. However, there is a crucial safety feature to note. The table, along with what we are about to show you, requires a dedicated safety key to be inserted and turned on near the passenger seat area for the electrics to operate. Speaking of sleeping arrangements, this is where things get really interesting. The lounge area converts into a bed measuring about 6 feet 5 inches by 4 feet 3 inches. You lower that electric table, slide the cushions into position, and you've got a decent-sized sleeping space for occasional guests or kids. But that's not the headline act. Look up, and you'll see the star of the show. 2 independent electric drop-down single beds. Assuming your safety key is on, press a button, and these beds descend from the ceiling like some sort of Transformer motorhome magic trick. One measures about 6 feet 3 inches by 2 feet 11 inches, while the other stretches to about 6 feet 7 inches by 2 feet 11 inches, giving you proper single bed dimensions. The genius is in the independence. If one person wants an afternoon nap, they can lower their bed while the other person continues using the living space below. The mechanism is electrically operated, and the mattresses are properly comfortable, not just thin camping pads. Should you ever run out of power, there is manual access to the motors behind a cover to wind them up or down. This system means you genuinely have a 4-berth motorhome that doesn't sacrifice living space during the day. No fixed beds blocking the floor plan, no tedious conversion process every evening. Just press a button and you're done. It's brilliant engineering that solves one of the fundamental compromises of motorhome design. The kitchen sits on the driver's side and punches well above its weight for a compact layout. You get a dual fuel hob with 2 gas burners plus 1 electric hot plate, giving you cooking flexibility whether you're on mains hookup or running on gas. Below that sits a combined oven and grill, something many compact motorhomes sacrifice entirely. There's decent worktop space with a flip-up countertop extension that folds out to give you extra prep room when you need it, flanked by soft close drawers that glide rather than rattle. And overhead locker storage keeps your food supplies organized. The kitchen window opens for ventilation, crucial when you're cooking indoors. Beneath the bench seat nearby, you'll find the boiler, complete with a yellow drain valve that needs to be horizontal for operation and vertical to drain the system. The refrigerator deserves special mention because it is different from many standard RV fridges. It cools down rapidly and includes a night mode to lower the fan speed for silent running while you sleep. Storage throughout is clever. The overhead lockers run the length of the living area, and the cupboard above the fridge typically houses your pre-wiring for a TV aerial and additional 110-volt or 12-volt sockets. Moving toward the rear brings us to the bathroom, and this is where many compact motorhomes fall short. Not here. This is a full-width rear bathroom that gives you genuine space to move, and it closes off from the main living area with a sliding tambour door. On one side, you have the cassette toilet alongside a compact wash basin with a mixer tap, a mirror, and practical storage cabinets for toiletries. Right by the toilet, you have an electric flush cassette system with a tank-full indicator light to tell you when it is time to empty it. On the other side, there is a proper separate shower cubicle with a tinted glass door for privacy. The shower space itself is large enough to actually shower in comfort rather than the claustrophobic crouch many RV bathrooms force upon you, and it also has a dry hanging space on the top to hang any wet clothes to drip in the shower. Here's another clever trick. The rear bathroom is paired with a dressing and wardrobe area above the garage, effectively giving you a private changing space when needed. This thoughtful design means you can dress in privacy, hang damp towels to dry, and generally use the space like a proper bathroom rather than a compromise. The wardrobe itself is impressively large, with hanging rails, adjustable shelves, and drawers that slide in and out. There's genuine storage here for two people's clothing for extended touring. But perhaps the smartest feature is the internal access to the garage. A sliding door inside the wardrobe allows you to reach into the rear garage to grab gear without ever leaving the motorhome, perfect for grabbing a jacket or supplies on a rainy day. Up front in the cab, the titanium line specification keeps things modern without overcomplicating it. You get a multi-function leather steering wheel, cruise control, cab air conditioning, airbags, and swivel captain's chairs, with the camera and phone integration feeding the central screen. Basically all your infotainment needs. A big overhead skylight keeps the front feeling open, with cab blinds commonly added via the accessories pack for nighttime privacy. And to be clear on the badge, titanium line is a higher trim level, not a different model. The layout stays the same, but you typically get upgraded finishes and more comfort, technology, and convenience fitted as standard. So, has the Chausson 630 titanium line genuinely outsmarted the bed space problem through clever engineering rather than simply making the vehicle bigger? Want to see another smart-designed camper van? If so, then click on it and we will see you soon at a new luxury motorhome.